For more on the heat wave, we are joined now by Lydia Law, co-director of Heat Resilience and Performance Center at the U Lu Lin School of Medicine at National University of Singapore. Lydia, welcome to the program. Now, your center has said that work has only just started in Southeast Asia because we have been boiling frogs for the longest time. Explain to us the work that you do. Why is heat-related research so crucial for Southeast Asia? And what are the region's unique challenges when it comes to managing heat health?
Thank you. Well, the work that we do is important because Southeast Asia is really quite unique in that while our climate does not feature the four seasons like in the Northern Hemisphere, we face the challenge of daily warm and humid weather. This, coupled with the region's rapid urbanization, which then leads to the development of urban heat islands, as well as the forecasted population growth, places the region very strongly in a position where we can be strongly impacted by climate change, specifically via heat-related mortality. As you already mentioned, we are really susceptible to this syndrome called the boiling frog syndrome. This is where we just adapt and we adjust because heat is not entirely new to us. We've been living with it. But then, because we are used to it, we take little or no action to mitigate the situation until sometimes it might get too late, and that's what we want to avoid. Apart from just the heat, there are also other combinatory considerations like that of worsening air quality, and also in this region, the competing demands of developing countries. So all in all, it is time we take a stand, we kind of further our research in this area so that we can continue to help everyone in this region to live and work in the heat.
So as you said, heat is nothing new to us in this region, but in extreme heat situations that we have been observing the past few weeks, the focus is often on the impact on outdoor workers. So for the region's urban centers, what are the indirect impacts that go beyond the outdoor worker productivity? We've seen reports of heat slowing down the brain's cognitive functions and learning abilities, for example.
Yeah, so extreme heat can affect actually all segments of our society. It can impact the growth and development of fetuses and babies. As you already mentioned, it can affect how we learn. It can also potentially reduce physical activity, which in turn will result in other health issues like myopia, obesity, and even impact mental illness and well-being. Beyond just outdoor workers, there are indoor factory workers like those in Vietnam and Cambodia, where manufacturing is a key sector of their economy, and they also will face the effects of extreme heat, even though they are indoors, because most of these areas are often enclosed and have poor ventilation. So these are all examples of indirect impacts of heat. The research really hopes to focus on how to develop more contextualized specific interventions and prevention mitigation strategies, because we believe a strong and healthy workforce is key to a good economy, which will then lead to increased productivity and lower healthcare costs.
And it's not just humans, right? The heat has taken its toll on animals and crops across the region. We have been seeing reports of pets eating less and reluctant to move, for example, fish dying from dried up reservoirs in Vietnam. How should we reassess the way we care for animals? Because climate change is making these heat waves longer, more frequent and intense.
Yeah, so this whole area of how heat, in fact, impacts pets is actually quite new, but I would like to think that the same considerations and strategies toward how we work and we live in the heat can be extended to our pets. So making sure we take lots of breaks, we stay well hydrated, we make sure we rest and we recover, allowing the body to calibrate down in terms of our temperatures. We mitigate the intensity of our activities. And these are just some of the proven strategies that we have researched that have been found to allow us to continue to work and live in the heat.
And we do know that government authorities and public health experts have been working hard, advising people to stay indoors, stay hydrated and keep cool. But has heat health been prioritized at the political level in Southeast Asia? And in what aspects is it still lacking? And how can they do better to tackle the issue of heat?
I think with the recent increases in temperatures as well as frequency of all these intense extreme weather patterns, there's definitely more focus and attention on not only understanding the phenomenon, but also the impacts that extreme heat has both directly and indirectly. It is therefore important, as this awareness will allow governments to then develop more targeted strategies for prevention and intervention, and this can then be invested to help heat-proof everybody. I think governments can help facilitate ground-up efforts because heat is a very unique issue. It's a complex challenge, and it's very contextualized. So I think in that front, more work can be done to better understand those situations so that more targeted and specific strategies can be implemented to help the populations.
Lydia, thank you very much for speaking with us. We appreciate your time and your perspectives. Lydia Law there, Co-Director of Heat Resilience and Performance Center at National University of Singapore's U Lu Lin School of Medicine. Thank you.